Well, hello there. Now, how y'all children doing today? Oh, it's so nice that you come past to see me. Oh, ain't Harry love when folks come past to see me? Now, does you children live up here in Auburn, New York? You know, you say you visiting from other places? Well, that sure is special. Oh, ain't Harry love when folks come to visit me? Sure enough, too. Sure enough. Now, folks know I's Harriet Tubman. But up here, everybody in Auburn call me Aunt Harry. And that's fine with me. You sure call me Aunt Harry too. That's fine with me. Sure enough. Now, did you come to hear about the Underground Railroad? Well, yes, you did. You sure enough came to the right place because I know something about that. Sure enough. Did y'all know I made about 13 trips on that Underground Railroad? That's right. And my train never jumped the track. Never did. Never did. Nobody that ever traveled with me, Harriet Tubman, ever got caught or sent back to slavery. No, not one person. Brought up about 70 folks. That's right. You want to hear about some stories about the Underground Railroad? Well, I got some plenty of stories. All them trips I took, sure enough do. But sure, and I always like to start first. Before I start telling you about stories about traveling on the Underground Railroad, I want to tell you first what it was I was running away from. That slavery. Ooh, I hated that slavery. Hated it. Now, I was born on the eastern shore of Maryland, Dorchester County, where I was born. Ooh, it was a beautiful place. It was. Has any of you children ever heard of Cambridge, Maryland, near the Chesapeake Bay? Well, that's where I lived, around in that area right there. Now, I was born about 1820, 1821. I ain't right sure because, they ain't got no paper when no slave babies was born. But my mama says she knows it was the spring of the year, about March, because it was time to get the fields ready to be planted. See, that's how we tell time around there in the plantation days and slavery days. It was time, either the springtime was time to get the plowing, and then later in the spring is time to get the planting time. Fall was a picking time. And then in wintertime, we had no farming to do at that time. We just did other things, sure enough. Now, when I was born, my mama named me Araminta. Araminta Ross was my name, sure enough. Folks called me Minty for short. Did you children got any short names? I think they call them nicknames now. Did y'all got any short names? Well, I always like to hear folks' names. It's sort of fun when you find out folks' different names they get called at home. That's right. Like mine. That's right. Now, my mama's name was Harriet Green. Folks call her Old Rip. And my daddy, his name was Benjamin Ross. And his short name or nickname was Daddy Ben. That's right. Now, reason he called Daddy Ben because he had 9 children. It was a big family. I come from a big family. Now, so I had 3 older sisters, Lena, Marie Reddy, and Soph. And 1 older brother, Robert. Then came me. Under me was Ben, my sister Rachel, brother Henry, and my baby brother was Moses. That's right, big family. Now, other children around their area called my Daddy Ben too, because they ain't all had daddies around. The slave family, you never know when somebody in your family could be sold away. That's what that slavery was like. My mama and daddy couldn't stop anybody from selling their children away from them. That was terrible. Daddy worked for the Baltimore shipyard. He was a lumberman, and he helped chop down wood and to get shipped to the Baltimore shipyard to make ships with. My mama worked up in the big house as a cook. That's right. And like I said, they ain't had no control over what happened to their children or themselves even. Now, my daddy, for a long time, he lived on another plantation because mama and daddy had different owners. And so when we got together, we had good times together. But it couldn't depend on seeing my daddy all the time. So no. Sure, I was always scared I was gonna get sold away down on the deep south on the chain gang, like my three sisters got sold away. Did y'all know what I'm talking about? The chain gang. Did you know what that is? The chain gang was what they used down in the deep south, like Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, down there. Ooh, we heard slavery was even meaner. It was meaner, it was hotter, it was worse down there. So folks, just so folks, us Negro folks couldn't run away, they put chains on our legs and chain you to the person next to you. And then they send you out to work with them chains on your legs. On each side, you be chained to somebody. That's so you couldn't run away. I was always scared I was going to send away. You know, my family got torn apart when my sister got sent away. And that's what happened to a lot of children around there, little slave children. They had no family. So folks, they can call my daddy, Daddy B. And all the mothers around there was happy to help out with the children. And so folks call mamas, like my mama, auntie or sister, and all the children around there was like sisters and brothers to me. That's right. So you see, when I went back on the Underground Railroad to get my family, I was going to get not just the folks that was in my family, my brothers and sisters and mom and dad, but other folks that lived around there. They's like family too. Community is what we was. We was a community. That's right. And they was my what they call extended family. You got extended family, folks that ain't right really your family, but you consider like they family. That's right. Did you children like to go to school? What's your favorite class in school? Well, you know, I ain't never got to go to school. Little slave children didn't get to go to school. And matter of fact, if you be trying to learn to read and write, you're going to get punished for that. There's some mean folks back there. They didn't want us to learn to read and write. I'm telling you, it was bad growing up. Instead of going to school, I went to work when I was about just 5 or 6 years old. They started sending me off to work for folks. I worked in folks' houses, clean and take care of the babies. And I worked out in the water when it was cold in the winter, trying to empty muskrat traps. Then later on, I worked outside in the field. It wasn't until I got to be about 24 years old that I got married to John Tubman. Now, John was a free man. His mom and daddy had been free before he was born. And so he ain't know nothing about what it was like to be a slave like me. Now, I always heard that when folks go up to leave Maryland, go up north, the northern states like Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, those states up there where we could be free, folks changed their name to a free name. So I decided I was married to a free man, and that's almost like being free. So I changed my name to Harriet, like my mama. And that's how I got to be Harriet Tubman. That's right. I was married for about 5 years. Then I heard that 2 of my brothers and me's gonna get sold off to the chain gang down the deep south. I said, no, I ain't going. I ain't going. I had made up my mind that I had the rights to one or two things in my life, my liberty or death. And if I couldn't have one, I'd take the other. So when I left, I heard about the Underground Railroad, and then when I left and found my freedom, oh, it felt so good to be free. Free at last, free at last. Oh, did you know what it was like to be a slave? I know you don't know like that. You children been free and had all the chance to get educated and everything. That's so wonderful. Sure enough. But you know, I couldn't have done that without the Underground Railroad. Now, did you know what that is? Well, see, the Underground Railroad was a code words. So we could talk about trains and passengers and train stations, and actually we'd be talking about folks where we can go back. The conductor, like me, I was a conductor on the Underground Railroad. See, I was one of the people that goes back to the South and bring slaves out of the slave country over to the free country in the northern states. And on the way, we stopped at folks' house that we called that the Underground Railroad, and it's just gonna help your house be a station on the Underground Railroad. And folks who station masters, they help us hide us, uh, uh, get us food to eat, and places to, and sometimes a ride to the next station. Sure enough, if it wasn't for folks working together, ain't no way nobody could do that. No way. Well, children, I worked on the Underground Railroad. And then I was working in the war too, the Civil War. Did y'all know I was working in that Civil War? Yes, I did. I was a nurse and a scout and a spy for the U.S. Navy Army. Sure enough. Yeah, sure did. And then help folks get their freedom in that war, and ended slavery with that Civil War. That sure was good. But most folks don't know nothing more about me other than the Underground Railroad. But you know, I was about 92 years old now. I've gotten old, but I ain't never stopped helping folks. Up here in Auburn, I've been taking care of folks in my house, showing up. Anybody that ain't had no place to go, especially old folks that used to be slaves, they'd come to me and I'd be glad to take them in and help them. Folks, just think about it. Anytime you can help somebody, do it. You know, do all what you can for other folks. That's what folks will remember you by. Just keep that in mind. So nice y'all come past, but I didn't live sleeping now, and I always fall asleep.